this is Rachelle, and today I'm here to talk about weight loss after a particular age, okay? I'm here to share all of that with you. Hopefully it is helpful. I bought some, a little bit of show and tell here to help you along your journey. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible, okay? I have no more long videos. Thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Hit the notification bell, and thank you for all of the concern on my last video. I'm okay. Your girl just had to pull it together a little bit, but here we are, and I'm so happy to be here with you today, okay? If you don't know, really quick, 50 pounds. 50 pounds is what your girl lost. Yeah, what am I doing with an extra 50 pounds? Well, I also failed to share with you on my last video, as a part of the what has gone on, I had gotten my CDLA license. Yeah, your girl was whipping tractor trailers around Charlotte. So yeah, it was so fun. Anyway, as you can imagine, you driving all day, you snacking all day, you're rewarding yourself with this load and that load, and you look up, girl, I had no idea. I was a 197 type of figure, okay? Right. It took 2 years to get this weight off, but I don't think it's going to take that long for you. It took me that long to understand what I was doing wrong, okay? So without further ado, high protein, okay? And I'm talking like 40 plus. I don't know if that other stuff I told you is going to work. High protein. I'm going to link an app below. I'm not affiliated or anything like that. And if I was, I just was. But I'm not. It's just the app that I use to help me count my macros and understand what I needed to be doing to lose weight at the age that I was and the weight that I was. And height and all of that. Okay? And it helped. It helped. I was not tracking macros. I was just thinking, oh yeah, just eat more meat. Just eat more of this. No. Specifically. It charted the numbers and told me what I had to do. And each time I ate, I really had to go in and look at this little notebook I had that had carbs, fat, protein, fiber, and make sure that I was hitting these macros correctly. You're going to have to increase your protein, I mean a high amount. At the point where I started, I felt like I was like, I know what it was. It's 197. And if I'm not mistaken, it was saying I needed to eat, because I don't really do it like that now because I'm not trying to lose any more weight, I'm good. But if I'm not mistaken, it was like 145 grams of protein or something like that I had to eat every day. And I was eating nothing like that. I was like hitting maybe 30, 50 maybe, thinking I was doing right with the high protein with a chicken breast here or there. No. Okay, so real quick, high proteins, what you have to do. Input your information into that chart and follow it. Drink a lot of water. You're going to have to get up and do some type of cardio, some type of something. All I did at this big age, I walked. So every morning I would get up and I would walk, and I did about 3 miles. Don't worry about it if you can't do 3 miles, just start moving your body. It'll get better. Once I started walking more, put this shit on this desk. Get you one of these weighted vests. When I tell you the pounds really started falling off, I'm not one that sweats a lot at all. This is a 16-pound one. I will link it below. Got it from Amazon. This was a 16-pounder that I got from Amazon. When the first day I put that on, I had back sweat. You don't want to hear about this. It's good. It tells me my body's doing what it needs to do. Something is happening. Something is different. I'm exerting energy, right? Okay, so get you one of these when you're working out. It is super helpful. Another thing that I know will help, but depending on your age and your needs, I noticed, it was unbeknownst to me. I was out one day walking. I was normally doing like park walks. I would go to different parks and stuff and walk and jog and blah, 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 blah. Well, this day, for some reason, I decided to walk and then jog. And then walk and then jog. I don't know why. I just felt strong that day. So I'm like, okay, let me do it like this. So I did that. When I tell you about an hour later, I was still sweating. In my entire life, I don't think I've ever sweat like that. I'm talking about my whole back was sweating. Didn't know what I was doing. Found out it's HIIT. It's high intensity training. If you can do something like that, add that to it too. Or what's the word? Combinate it, okay? Interchange it. You know what I'm saying, okay? Add some stuff like that in there, here or there, and help you bust a good sweat, okay? So we got the high protein, following your macros, and you got to make sure that you're doing some type of cardio or just moving your body a little bit more. Try to get your little 10,000 steps in. It don't have to be exactly that, but something. Start with 5, then go to 7. Just start moving your body. It's going to help. The pounds are going to start falling off. Now, really quick, the order in which you eating your food is super important. The goal of this thing is to keep your blood sugars low. Okay, when your blood sugar spikes, turns out you're burning sugar instead of fat. And we got to get the fat off. Before I eat any of this, before I start my protein, blah, 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 before I do any of that stuff, a handful of fiber. A handful of fiber. What I would do what you like, what I would do is have about 5 or 6 baby carrots before every single meal. And that kind of like slowed my metabolism down, I guess, or slowed the rate in which my insulin level rises or something. Like you could eat that and then eat some pizza and your sugar level won't jump too much. And that way you're still in the fat burning mode. So no matter what it was, carrots first. Carrots first. You can do broccoli. You can do like little Metamucil. Is it Metamucil? I don't know, some type of fiber drink. People, they have them now. But before, it was just carrots. It was just raw vegetables. That's what I was doing. And I noticed that helped. Okay, so before you even start the protein, whatever, and then too, you're eating a lot of protein. So you're going to need some fiber. You want to up that fiber anyway, okay? Just pro tip. And I like the baby carrots. They're kind of sweet, crunchy, you know, get it going. It doesn't really mess up your appetite for what you got coming up. It's not like it's exciting what you got coming up because it's very limited. I have the examples here. I gotta hurry up. Okay, so anyway, you understand. So fiber, and then I would do protein, and then vegetables and carbs. I think that's how I did it. But whatever I did, it was fiber first. That's going to help you keep your blood sugar levels leveled. You get what I'm saying? All right. Okay, now, another thing that I did, intermittent fasting. Yes. Yeah, I don't think you don't have to, but I did it and I did notice a difference when I did it correctly, okay? And so all that basically is, if you don't know, I feel like a lot of people know about this, but it just means just eating your food in a shorter span of time. That's it. So what I would do is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. is when I would eat. I wouldn't eat past 7 and I wouldn't eat before 11. But what I would do is have a little bit of black coffee in the morning to help me with my workouts. I didn't add that on. That's later. I'm trying not to scare you. Okay, you don't have to do the workouts like what I'm about to say, but I'm just saying I did do a little bit of lifting. I feel like at the age that we are, they say we got to make sure we put no muscle. Like we got to make sure that we are constantly building muscle. So I have a couple of weights. I bought me a little Smith machine. I'm gonna show you. And I would do that. I do a little bit of that fasted and walk fasted. And, you know, a little bit of work and then go ahead and eat. And then have a coffee. What I mean by coffee is a front-loaded coffee full of protein. I know. You got to get this protein in however you can get it. Now, this is what I'm using now. I'm linking everything below. It's fine. It works. I've been using it, okay? I'm going to show you the scoop, okay? The scoop is a little bit different from what I normally use. I think it's called Rise, and it is Irish cream protein powder. That and some coffee. Oh my God, it is so good. It is so good, and it's just like a little scoop, okay? And it gets the job done. 26 grams of protein. See how big this damn scoop is? And a cup of coffee. Okay, it gets the job done, but it's a lot more that you need. The reason I went with this is because my Rise protein was like $40 a bag. And, you know, I was doing it every single day. And it was getting up there. This is only 20. And this is more versatile than the Rise protein. So I was like, okay, let me try this. But as soon as that shit go on sale, I'm going to go get that one again. Just to have, okay? Also, for your protein, you can't keep doing this all the time. Sometimes you're going to want some chocolate. Sometimes you're going to want your Rise. Sometimes you're going to want some berry protein, you know? So, but look, I have different types. I have, the kind that needs milk. I have the kind that's for like a juice drink. I have a recipe for the strawberry one that I do. Anyway, so I feel like get at least 2 varieties. That way you don't get bored with the protein. The protein is going to be key. I'm not saying everything needs to be artificial and not doing it the protein powder way, but it helps, okay? It helps with trying to hit that level, okay? So already in the morning, we starting off 26 grams of protein in my coffee. Then what I do in my coffee, do what you like. And I'm sorry if you're not a coffee drinker. This is what I'm doing. So I'm telling you what I did, okay? This lactate protein, 2%. But here's what. Lactose free. Okay, and then here's what. 13 grams of protein. We already winning. Okay, so 26, 36. That's 40 grams right here in my coffee. Then for breakfast, I would have a egg. I think that's 6 grams, and then 2 pieces of bacon. That's 12 grams. You see, I front load in the morning. I get as much as I can in the morning. I'll have some oatmeal that was 4 grams. You know, listen, okay, sometimes I would substitute my egg with egg white. Instead of having 2 eggs, I have 1 egg and an egg white because there's a lot of fat in the eggs. You just got to moderate. Look at the macros and moderate, okay? But before we do anything, though, what we do first? Carrots, right? Okay, you're going to see it drop off, okay? Another thing that I can tell you that you could do, because I'm telling you it's boring. Don't be trying to be fancy with these meals, okay? You will mess up. You can't be thinking like, ooh, and this, ooh, sprinkle this. It ain't none of that. But I'm going to give you the best I got, okay? I'm going to tell you some things that can help, okay? Because you need to keep it boring and simple. Okay, because you're trying to lose this weight, you know, especially if you have a family, they're going to want something else. You need to be able to put your, you know, cook your stuff and have it prepped and ready and have it be slightly tasty. Okay, at this point, it's not about being satiated with flavor. It's about dropping this fat off, all right, and being as healthy as we can. Now, lifesaver, okay? If you don't know, I know the chicken breast and all of that and the chicken thighs, get the skinless chicken thighs. My daughter put me on to as I was doing chicken breast. I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep doing this. Chicken thighs, okay? So you clean it off real good. They, like the air chilled ones. Normally they're, you know, they're cleaned a little bit more and they don't have any skin on them, and it's just more flavorful, okay? A pan of that. Sprinkle this on, I think with a little bit of olive oil and some, I think it's red wine vinegar. Excited to eat, okay? Excited to eat, and a whole lot of protein is going on with those chicken thighs, right? And so this is the Grill Mates 15-minute marinade mix Brazilian steakhouse. I haven't put it on steak yet, funny enough, just chicken, and it is so freaking good. This is some broccoli. Another thing, okay, for snackage, okay, snack time. I know, but this is what I would do. They're $1. You know, normally they're gonna sell for $1, and this is the flavor that I like the best. Also, they have a lemon one. And I like that one too, but this is the one I like the best. I could just eat this with some seaweed wrap paper, some carrots, and some cucumbers, and a little bit of my protein powder juice. Not this kind. Not this kind. I should have brought it. I forgot. But it's like a berry. I think it's called Pure. I don't know. It's a wild berry kind. I'll link it below. But something, you know, fruity and bright, not all thick, right? With this, and I'm full already. This is 14 grams of protein just for 1 pack. That's all I really do. But the protein powder is like 20 something grams. And keep in mind, we didn't have about 60 grams at breakfast. So we already like at almost 90 grams of protein. And it's like lunchtime. Okay, here. And then another thing that you could, you know, you like your chips. Talking about trying to get this protein down. Have you tried these? Okay, I know they, listen. It's not Doritos. But when you have been suffering, trying to eat this stuff that I got going on here, it can do the trick, okay? It can do the trick. Now, would I eat these by themselves? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. It's just, no, don't. Rachelle didn't recommend that, okay? But what Rachelle does recommend is getting you some ground turkey, seasoning it up. You can get your little taco season or whatever. Do it homemade. Season it up, and then get you some onions and green peppers, cut that up in there, right? And then get you some salsa, okay? And then get you some of this. And this is 0% milk fat Greek yogurt. 18 grams of protein. 20 grams of protein. Then you got the turkey mix. I think that's like 14 or 12 or something like that. You can hit this goal. It sounds like a lot, but you can hit it, okay, with this type of thing. This is like a substitution for sour cream. You know, like your taco, like your Chipotle bowl kind of thing. You got your chips, you got your salsa. Simply, you can add a little avocado in there for a little bit of fat. You see what I'm saying? A little bit of cheese. A little bit of cheese. By the way, the cheese that I use when I do want some cheese is provolone. And it's the super thin one. The super thin one. Thin, like you can see through it almost, but it helps. It's better than nothing. Try to, you know, cut down on the fat. I'm telling you, that dinner alone is like 60 to 70 grams of protein right there. So, okay, now you're gonna have to repeat this over and over and over, but it's good. And maybe you can find you something else that you like to have, but keep it very sleek, very minimal, very scaled down. But you can do that, and you do that consistently. And I'm telling you, about once a week, I'll go have me a little something. I don't go crazy off the deep end, but I'll have something that I want to have here and there. And I was still dropping weight. So yes, it took me 2 years to lose this weight. But again, I had to go through a lot of trial and error and falling off and getting back on. But once I understood that I had to increase my protein and follow those macro instructions, and make sure I'm having fiber before any meal that I have, make sure that I'm walking every day as much as I can. I upped it when I felt stronger, and I do a little bit of weight training about 2-3 times a week. Make sure I'm having a lot of water. That's going to be important, super important, especially with all this protein. Okay, take my vitamins, and have a good sleep schedule. Okay, try to monitor that. I had bought this, I splurged and bought this little bed, and it's an app on the bed. I didn't know. It's an app on the bed, and it monitors your sleep. I think the Apple Watches and stuff can do that too. But yeah, and I just made sure I'm in the bed at this time to make sure I'm regulating my body so everything's working how it should be. Okay, and that is what I did, and I'm telling you that weight, I had to stop. The weight, I was getting too skinny. I was getting too skinny, so I still kind of eat the majority of these items you see is present day. And I'm at 142 now. And I'm 50, I just turned 50. So these things, this works now. This works. So I just want to share that with you. Another thing, if you're trying to build muscle, what I added, because I'm trying to, build it, like my shoulders and my arms and stuff together. I tried some creatine, I don't know, a scoop of this. Listen, don't you dare have this and not be hydrated, okay? Oh, that's an awful feeling. I did it twice. But anyway, had that, and I did notice muscle gain, okay? A lot faster than normal. So when you're at that level, do that. Another thing you can do, sorry, I got this out. Little protein, like everything you're eating, just consider protein, especially for us at that age. That's going to be the most important thing. And there's one, and of course, cottage cheese, okay? And of course, you don't have to do it with the taco mix. Some frozen veggies, don't you do it like that. Frozen fruits and a little bit of honey drizzled on it, okay? Same with this. So this is like, for a serving, it's 18 grams of protein, which I prefer this because it's more protein. And this one is 13 grams of protein. So just protein overload is what you want to know. Okay, and remember, so it doesn't always have to be all this meat. There are other ways to get it too. So that is what I did to lose that weight. Hopefully this information is helpful to you. I'm trying to get this in within a certain amount of time. I know my videos will be running long. And I'm like, girl, stop. Get you to, pro tip, they have these scales. I have it in there, but I don't feel like getting it. It's a little scale that you can get. It's like a digital scale that you can weigh your food and stuff with. Okay, and it's really dope. It has a little app to it, and you can scan the barcode and then put it on the scale, and it'll measure out. It'll know automatically what the macros are for that amount of food, and that'll help you in case you want to, be different, be trying different stuff. That's gonna come in handy too. I use the hell out of that, and you will be surprised at how little you can have. Okay, especially with the packaged stuff, but it helps. When you want salty snacks and stuff like that, for me, I would get, do what you want, I would get the little broccolinis, okay, fresh broccoli, or regular broccoli if they don't have it in stock and they don't look good, and just put just a little bit of olive oil on it, and, a little bit of salt, or Lawry's, whatever you do, and some garlic and pepper, and put it in the air fryer, get it nice and crispy, like how my hair did. Not all the way, but a nice crispiness to it. Same with kale, same situation, same combination. Just dry it off and put the oil on. Wash it, obviously. Dry it off. Put a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a little bit of garlic, and just let that crisp up in one layer. It's like chips. Okay, there's ways to get around this stuff, and I actually prefer it. I'm lying. I do like salt and vinegar chips, but I still have that from time to time, and it's fine. And I mean often. But you just don't go overboard. It's about moderation and making sure that I maintain my protein intake and I remain active. That is what I do. And I've been able to keep it off. I go out to eat. I had 5 guys. I just went out somewhere, went out of town. I'm going to tell you about that too. I had so much fun. Anyway. But that is the video I wanted to make today. I'm trying to look and make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think that I did. One more thing. Yes. They have these scales to where when you get on them, it'll monitor your visceral fat and all of that, and it keeps like a record of what's going on. If I can find it, I'll link it below. But I have one. They're inexpensive, and I love it. You get on there, and it tells you if you need more water, if your skeletal mass is wrong or too high, or your body, what's it called, body body fat mass, BMI, body mass index. I don't know. Anyway, all I need to see is it being green. Okay, I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm looking for green all the way through. Okay, or acceptable or whatever. And when you see yourself getting there, because sometimes you're eating this stuff, you don't really know what's happening. But when you look and you see the charts, maybe the weight didn't drop, but you see your body's getting healthier. It's all going to help you to stay focused. Okay. So try these things. Good luck to you in your weight loss journey. Like I said, I have kept it off. It's been almost a year, and I've kept it off so far. But again, I still maintain the high protein, and I still move my body. But I do go out from time to time, and I'm still keeping the weight off. So hopefully this information is helpful to you. Questions, comments, and concerns, leave them below. If you have any tips and tricks that you've done, leave it below. This is just what I've learned. This is just what worked for me. If you're younger, you might want to go back to that older video and see. But for us 40 plus, I feel like this is going to help you get where you need to go if you don't know anything about it. Just stick to it and you'll see the results. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys super soon on the next one. Until then, y'all take care, okay?